I'll bring up the deck list for you guys to take a look at real quick, uh, and then we'll talk about it. I cleaned up my MTGO account a little bit. So we're still on Huntmaster, still on Staticaster. I'm still testing Ashiok. I think Veil of Summer is a great Magic card. We're playing Braids, we're playing our one Ancient Grudge. Not sure if Burst Lightning's still where I want to be with Oko, but we're going to try it out because I've really liked Burst Lightning in the past. Um, it's possible we move the Abrades to the main deck and then make room for like Roast or Flame Slash on the sideboard. That would be interesting. Oh, we were going to get a peak, weren't we? Yeah, we don't have a peak. Yeah, okay. So, let's explain the peak card choice. Um, so peak is really good in this deck because we're using Opt to help instantly draw the card that we draw from Mystic Sanctuary, as well as Thought Scour at instant speed. I mean, Thought Scour, obviously, we have to target our opponent to get the card, which isn't as good, but it still does have its value. So the thing is with Opt is that half of the card is scrying one, and or half of the text of the card. So if we're not using it to scry and we're just keeping the card on top because we already know what it is, and we put it on top with the Mystic Sanctuary, then we're losing a lot of the value of Opt, and that's where Peak comes in. And the first Peak is better than uh, the fourth Opt for sure. So I don't know why I don't own any Peaks. I feel like that should just be something I own on MTGO. Don't do me like that. Oh, oops. I guess it did register. That's awkward. Okay. Well, let's. There we go. Check out this order. Should cost us 0 tickets. Sweet. I will just wait for the trade, and then we'll get a peek in here as our last card. And then of course we're trying Mystical Dispute. We're running 2 Disdainful Stroke. I love this card a lot. It's really good against Tron. We're running Ceremonious Projection because I'm gonna take a step back and actually try to respect Eldrazi Tron. And the big addition though is Oko Thief of Crowns. So I mean, unless you guys have been sleeping under a rock, you know this card is wonderful. He works in a wide variety of strategies, and he helps. More importantly, he helps solve our issue of being able to deal with creatures in our color combo. So that's who we will be running. Whoops. Let's grab this. Sweet. Okay. Okay. So this is our deck. Spell Pierce. Notably is Force of Negation and Paper. I believe that the third Force of Negation is Flex, but the first two are Core. Um, but I think Spell Pierce, as far as power level goes, falls very, very close to Force, so I am perfectly fine. And also, uh, yeah, no, I'm perfectly fine with just running Spell Pierce here. Other than that, we are running the fourth Once Upon a Time, which puts us at 15 real lands, 2 Mystic Sanctuaries, which are sort of like spells, and then we have 4 Once Upon a Time to round off our mana base. But this gives us a really clean, I think we have 27, 28. I think it's 27 instants and sorceries, which is really good. We're down to 2 Snapcasters, which is new, but I think that's everything that's new and interesting about this deck. We're still trying out Remand. We're on like 0 Vapor Snag, 0 bounce spells, but let's see how it rolls. Yes, there's a modern challenge this weekend. That's kind of cool. I'm going to be going to a paper modern event though. So we are going to jump into this league. Okay, let's see how this goes. Oops. Come on. There we go. Let's join this match. So let's resize this one. Okay. Seems a little awkward because we don't have double blue for Deprive, but between Spell Snare, Bolt, and this Hexdrinker, we have plenty of interaction and threats to get this game rolling. So we'll keep this. Like, this is the situation where you'd really like a remand. Okay. Well, they're on the play. Let's see what they're up to. This could be anything. I'm thinking Infect, possibly Burn. But it's always possible that it's Jund or something. So we're gonna just lead off on a Delver, because we don't really know what they're playing. If they're playing Jund, we get really punished here. Like if this is an Overgrown Tomb, Stomping Ground. Okay, I don't know what we're playing against. Yeah, you know it. Okay, I guess we're playing against Dredge. Well, I'm glad we let off on this Delver. Okay, and they already hit Bloodghast, Life from the Loam. And then, of course, the Stinkweed Imp that they Merchant of the Veiled. Yeah, so Jack, we're playing with Oko today. Because all of my fast lines spiked on MTGO. Which is pretty gasoline, if you ask me. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be winning this game. Their deck's really fast. And, like, even Force Negation couldn't have countered this, because this went down on my turn. And, of course, we didn't know what we were playing around, either. Kind of just want to concede before we show them anything else. Yeah, and they've got Creepy Chill. Yeah, I think I've seen enough. I mean, I don't like conceding early, obviously, but there's some games that you're just not going to be winning. Honestly, same. Once that card, even if it's like $30 on MTGO, then I'd consider getting it, but that's just not really gonna happen in the near future, from what it looks like. I think we're gonna be keeping in Deprive because it's good at countering Conflagrate later, and then we'll keep in Snare. Seems a little iffy, but I'm gonna keep it in because it counters Cathartic Reunion. The thing is most of our cards are actually pretty alright. I mean, Burst Lightning's obviously lackluster. I think Staticaster's really good here. It helps us beat the Bloodghast and whatnot. Spell Pierce is obviously like okay. It's nothing super crazy. Oko isn't super impactful in this matchup because they just flood the board so heavily. But I think I'm fine going down one Burst Lightning. And then of course the whatever else I got, Remand. Yeah, going down Remand and Burst Lightning for Staticasters. Remand's good against Conflagrate, though. Flashback Conflagrate. Might be better than Deprive. I'm not sure about that one. I think it's close, because Deprive... I guess they're not casting a whole lot of spells later into the game. They don't have Faithful Suiting anymore. Maybe Remand is better in this matchup. You know what? Let's try it. Let's try the Remands over the Deprives. Run it like that. Sure. Okay, we're on the play with no Graveyard Hate, but we have Hexdrinker into Mandrills into Oko. This hand's not exciting, but I mean, it's not like we can get a turn 2 Ashiok in this deck, so I mean, we're just not equipped to beat Dredge. That's just like the plain and simple fact of the matter. And like, even if we ran several Grafdigger's Cages in our sideboard, we'd still get slammed because they run artifact removal, and it's just not a fun matchup. You just kind of have to cut your losses. Like, I don't run into it every league, so. And if you do want to beat Dredge, then this probably isn't the best deck to do that. Yeah, no, I think Remand does seem pretty sweet here. Okay, we're gonna lead on Flooded Strand, and we're just gonna get we're just gonna run out our 2-1. I mean, this might just be good enough. We're gonna really test Oko's limits this game. Just see how good he really is. I mean, the thing is, I can start stealing their creatures, and then that kind of like helps with the recursion element. So that's nice. Yeah, hopefully they don't draw like another really good hand like Stinkweed Imp plus Haggle, and then they just mill a ton of gasoline. Like they did last game. It's like Bloodghast double prize to Melga. Like virtually unbeatable. Okay. I don't see Oko's probably at his worst in this matchup, which speaks volumes about how dumb the card is, you know? So again, we're just leading on the Flooded Strands because Misty Rainforest technically fetches a forest, so it's better to hold on to it until we need to fetch forest. And then we're gonna cast Mandrill's second min, because we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we can just drop him. And then next turn we'll probably go Island Oko. And then you can hear me fine, right, Jack? Yeah. Okay, Bolt's not exciting. Milled over a Remand. Like, I don't think we can afford to keep it if the card's in our bin. I don't know. I'm just going to try to play as tight as possible. Because I want to try to make sure that I make no mistakes, which never happens, but... Sweet, sweet, sweet. Okay. Okay, well, they didn't have the turn 1 Haggle, which is really good for us, so I'm expecting a Cathartic Reunion this turn. Otherwise, they just kept a bad hand. Like, this has to be Cathartic Reunion. Do you know if you have to pay for the discard on MTGO before you pay for the mana? Like, is that why they're taking so long? Probably not, right? You probably go mana and then cards. Yeah, this definitely feels like a cathartic reunion. Yeah. Okay, they have a thug and a prized amalgam, so it's not anything super exciting, but they mill over a creeping chill. Okay, still no creatures to bring back the amalgam, which is very good for us. Because this means that we can drop an Oko when they have an empty board, which is a huge win. We have our third land for him too. God bless 15 land decks. Oh my god, this is true masterpiece. Okay, we're gonna lead on this land. They only have a... Here, we can pull out their graveyard, actually. Okay, let's go to combat. Let's hit him for 6. Unfortunately, what's his face? Creeping Chill complicates our clock, but that's fine. Okay. And then we'll get a green mana in there. So we'll play our Oko. And we're just going to create a food token. Next turn we can crash in for... I guess we could have gone a little bit lower, but I want to try to stay out of range of Bloodghast. Because if I decide to eat this food token, then I can stay out of range. Okay, they play nothing. This is really good for us. So we get to draw for turn. So we can actually just tick up on our food. And then we can go to combat. Okay. Okay, so they're at 5. I don't think they have any board wipes, but we're not going to play into the board anymore. I think we just level Hexdrinker once, pass the turn, and then we'll Thought Scour and Bolt. Sweet. Okay. Good stuff, good stuff. Do we want to make any changes to our sideboard? So the only real consideration that I didn't mention was like maybe bringing in an Ancient Grudge for Shriekhorns, but that seems really loose. Because you see games like that where they just don't even have the Shriekhorn. And then of course Hexdrinker feels pretty medium in this matchup. But I think we're fine running it back. We have a lot of 3 CMC hate pieces here. But Oko feels good. Very, very good card. I know that's a surprise to nobody, but I mean, like, we could kind of lock them out, pseudo-lock them there, but they just didn't have a fast hand. We punish them very hard if they don't have a fast draw, but we have to cross our fingers to make sure that doesn't happen. I don't think Huntmaster's good enough here. He's also really slow. Okay, let's see this. What do we got? So we have second land, Spell Pierce, Hexdrinker, Mantrals. Into an Oko. I think this hand's fine. I'm not excited by it, but I think it's fine. As we get to Spell Pierce, either a Haggle or a, assuming they haggle on my turn, which they probably will, because then it can't get forced, right? Dude, Spell Pierce unintuitively playing around our opponent playing around Force of Negation. Wonderful. And then we can always just shock the Steam Vents in to play either an Opt or a Spell Pierce. And then we could play like a turn, probably not even a turn 3 Mandrill, so we'll probably just slam the Oko again. Yeah, this card's good. See what our opponent's up to. It seems like they have a very loose 7, so we might see them go down to 6. Ah. Ah. Yikes. Well, this is what you get when you turn off chat log. Well, maybe we can win this matchup. I mean, that's what it takes, you know, you just have to get lucky. That's It's not a good matchup. I'm not selling it as a good matchup. And they have the... Okay, Shriekhorn. So they have one other card in hand. If we can't win this game, then I'm going to be very disappointed with myself. They can't even cast Cathartic Reunion if they have it next turn. Okay, well let's cast this Once Upon a Time. Take a Flooded Strand. Unfortunately, we can't take that Ashiok, but the best we can do is shuffle it back into our deck. So they can't really cast anything super powerful next turn. So I'm inclined to put some pressure on them. Because their deck has very, very good comeback potential with this Shriekhorn. So they're going to mill themselves. If they hit a Stinkweed Imp, they're Prized Amalgam Bloodghast. Oh my god. Our opponent is actually in this game. That's extremely disgusting. Okay, mills 2 lines. That's good for us. Okay, let's see what they got. Okay, land to bring back Bloodghast. That's a good start. And then Bloodghast to bring back Prized Amalgam. Okay, that's reasonable. That's reasonable. Yeah, and then we didn't get punished for not holding up Spell Pierce. Okay, so what can we do here? We can start with an Opt, and then either hold up Spell Pierce or, Okay, so we're probably swinging at them for 2, right? Yeah, let's do that. So we can get 3 cards in the graveyard, which only reduces our mandrills to cost 5, so we can't play on this turn. Because we can't opt into a free spell. So I think what we're supposed to do is we just... opt. Scabbard's not bad. But we can also just cast this guy for very little next turn anyways. Yeah, and something like Delver's just more proactive. We honestly don't even need the red mana right now, so I say we just go Delver, pass. Okay, Thoughtseize Bloodghast. Okay, our opponent's banking with these Bloodghasts. Hopefully we draw a Staticaster or something. We could really turn this around. Second Shriekhorn's scary. Only 2. Interesting. Take it. Okay. What do they have now? Sure. Golgari, that's bad for us. Okay, Ashiok or Staticaster here would be super good. We need to find our answers. Okay, and then Delver doesn't flip either. That's not good for us. No reveal. Turn. We could also just level Hexdrinker to hold down the fort here. I kind of like that, because then we can level Hexdrinker this turn. And then next turn, we can play Oko. I guess you can't play Oko Mandrills, but... This represents Sanctuary, so I don't want to play it, even though it helps out our Mandrills. Okay, well now Hexdrinker's protected, which is good. Normally this doesn't happen in this matchup. That's kind of bad. I think we pass here. Yeah. Because otherwise this Prized Amalgam starts swinging at us. We just take a ton of damage. This way we force them to make land drops every turn. And then we just save on damage, which feels good. But next turn they get to Dredge with Thug, and then they get to Mill with Freecorn. Okay, so they're gonna bring back Bloodghast now. Which makes a bit of sense, because this means that they get to attack for more. So they're probably just gonna try to get us under, or to 10 or under, and then they can go super ham with these Bloodghasts. They found a third Bloodghast. This is kind of crazy. Now they get to draw with their guy. Okay, and then they find a lot of other treasures. Okay, that's fine. Now they can play the Thug this turn, which is probably what they do. I don't know what the other card in their hand is, but it must be bad because they've had it for a couple turns. Maybe it's just another land for these Bloodghasts. Well, let's block this Amalgam. And they have another Bloodghast to bring it back. But this just prevents them. Okay, sure, they have Thug. Sure. Let's go to Art. Ashiok. Oh! Yes! Oh, that feels good. Oh, we can play Ashiok and Hooting Mandrills this turn. Because we can play Ashiok, mill ourselves for 4. Yeah, that feels really good. So let's get Sanctuary put off back on top. This will flip our Delver. Let's play an Ashiok. So remember how Ashiok works. We target ourselves, we get mill 4, and then we exile their bin. Or, yeah. Now we get to leave probably just an opt and a Once Upon a Time. Woo. Woohoo! Now we could pass. Or we could swing for 4. I think we pass here. We don't want to give them the Golgari Thug for their bin. So maybe we're supposed to attack there. They block with Thug, and then we hit him with Ashiok. Okay, that's fair. I guess I put Opt on top just to mill it. Is there a better way to sequence that? I guess we Ashiok, mill. Yeah, no, that was just bad. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, now they have a ton of dredgers in play. But we get to Oko their Stinkweed Imp. Actually, we could just sit behind this Oko. That sounds like a good plan. Go to our turn. Okay. Yeah, no, Ashiok and then fetch. Yeah, no, okay. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. We could also just start killing them with this Hex Striker. So I think we cast Oko here. We go Oko. Play Oko, get a food token. Then we'll just play a Delver. Then we'll play a Tap Land. And then we'll pass. And then next turn, we can take their Stinkweed Imp. And then hopefully start attacking with our Delvers. We just need to make sure we don't die to anything random. And then it's not worth Ashioking there. Let's see. Okay. Interesting. One at Ashiok. Yeah. It's just important to keep this Ashiok's loyalty high. Sure, I guess we're taking 1. You'd think they want to keep this as a blocker, but I guess they don't win if they let Ashiok stay on the table. Okay, hopefully this guy's split. Not what I had in mind. No. Okay, we could just level this Hex Drinker. Yeah, let's take their imp. Level Hex Drinker. We'll give him a food. It's a fair deal, right? I mean, they get to gain 3 life, which helps them a little bit. They go up to 14. Sure. Them going up to 14 doesn't really help them that much, though. Okay, they have 2 cards now. Let's see what they have. I'd imagine they can't really come back from this. Yeah, they can full out swing at us. I thought they were going to swing at Oko. Well, I'll block 1, go to 5. They can't kill us with anything. Which is fine. And then they probably drew a land to bring back Bloodcast. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Because otherwise you just get the down tick Ashiok. Yikes. Well, at least this flips our Delver back for next turn. Unless we screw it up. Okay. Yeah, I don't believe we have lethal. Or maybe we do. We turn Stinkweed Imp into a 3/3. Then they get hit for 6, down to 8. And then they get hit with Mandrills for 4. Block this. So they take 10, 11, 12, and they go to 2. And then we get to exile their bin, the Ashiok. And then play a Hex Drinker as a blocker. Seems fine. Oh, we didn't make this a 3/3. That's fine. We didn't need to put them to 2 anyways. This way we get to get a food token, which is better. Sort of. It's not really better. So they probably just take all of this then. This puts them to 1. But this turns off fetch lines, which is very important. They're not dead. Yeah, they're barely not dead. If Golgari Thug couldn't block, then they'd just be dead. But unfortunately, that's not how it works. Right? Because they'd be 10... Yeah, they'd only take 12. I'm miscounting that. 6, 10, 11, 12, because they'd block the 3. Or they could take 13 and then go to 1. Yeah, no, he's not an idiot. If he was, that would be lethal. Okay, so they do take it, go to 1. Okay, so then we're going to create a food token. And then we will... Whoops. Let's play a Hex Drinker. level, level, level. And then we'll pass. We can lose 1, go to 4, gain 3 up to 7 with this food token. Seems good to me. We also have Conflagrate security with the Spell Pierce. I can't imagine me lose this. My board is so impressive. Yeah, we'll take 3, go to 2. Like, block 1, take 3, go to 2. If we took all of this, that would be the saddest defeat in history. Also, if they're running Lightning Bolt, that would be super sad too. Okay. Whew! Whew, we actually beat Dredge. Sign me up. Okay. Let's run it back. You won the die roll. Would you like to play first? Hell yeah. Dude, road to 5-0? If we can beat Dredge, we can definitely 5-0. Given they also molded 3, game 3, and they gave us a run for our money, but sounds great. We'll probably just jam this Delver turn 1, unless they're Enjand. Yeah, Steam Vents Delver. That's my type of Magic the Gathering. Okay, let's go to our main phase. Bam. Fetch. Shock. Play a 1-1. Pass. See what they're on. Swamp Inquisition. I do too. Yeah, I sold out of a ton of my Pioneer stuff because the format just wasn't very fun. Like I tried it out on MTGO. It's a great platform because you could just like buy into stuff and then you can just sell it. Okay, they take Lightning Bolt. That's super interesting. So they can't run in 6 us on turn 2. I mean, of course it depends on what they're playing, but I doubt it's Shadow if they go basic Swamp Inquisition. Although those are cards that Shadow does play. So. Do we want 3rd land? We don't reveal it. We can opt it away. Yeah, let's opt this land away. Yeah, we draw another one anyways. Okay, draw for turn. Deprive. Okay, well, let's go to combat. Get him for 1. Don't know what they're playing at all. But we can cast an opt, and then we can play Vandals next turn and hold up Deprive. Windswept Heath. Is this Absent? We are playing Junk? Or maybe it's just Green Black Rock. That's a Scooze. That would explain why they took Lightning Bolt. Okay, well, I'm gonna fetch now. We're gonna get this opt out of the way. This could indicate that they have Field of Ruin in their deck. I don't think we even want this Delver. Because we already have the Mandrills. I think we just want to build for this turn or something. Flip for me. Okay, well that's alright. Okay, and then we'll go to draw for turn. Play a land. And we will just mandrills. We'll just eat our bin. Like, they can't trim it if it's gone. And then we'll just pass the turn. If they try to Liliana us to get some pressure on the field, then we can just deprive it, which feels pretty good. Yeah, I think this is green black. Yeah. Let's just say goodbye to that. Yes. Swing at us for 2. No? Okay. No. Draw for turn. Okay, let's hit him for 4. We'll just pass. We'll once upon a time at the end of their turn. Just represent 2 mana counters is better than possibly slamming a Delver. Okay, Liliana doesn't actually matter that much. Yeah, like they edict us, we sack a Delver, and then we just kill their Liliana. Like, we pretty much just countered it out of mana efficiency, if anything. Sure. It makes sense that they attack here. It does not make sense that they didn't try to grow this guy. I don't know why they wouldn't. I guess we're taking another Hexdrinker. Oh, I guess they might be holding a Fatal Push for, like, another creature that we might play. Seems a little loose. So we'll show them one of the Hexdrinkers, and then we'll hold up Deprive. We attacked Liliana, right? Just making sure. Sure. They are playing Abzan. So they're probably on Stoneforge? Yeah, we'll see, we'll see. I don't really know. I'm not going to play around Stoneforge unless I know it's there. Seems like this is a very light white splash. This is probably just for souls. Maybe Rhino. Well, we don't block this, because they'll just eat something. Okay. I mean, we could honestly just let this resolve. They're going to take the Deprive anyways. We might as well just make them pay 2 life, right? Yeah, like, we're not protecting anything. If they want to take our Minstrels, that's fine. Because then we get to keep our Deprive. Because them going to 9 could be a lot here. Liliana, sure. Jesus Christ, our opponent's playing Liliana Tribal. This is unbelievable. Okay, well, if we top deck a land, we can slam the Hexdrinker. Or we could draw a removal spell, kill a Skoos. Okay, well, let's scour ourselves first. Interesting. I think we just have to kill Liliana here. Oh, you just get to play another monkey next, or this turn. I'm not upset. Okay, they know about one of these monkeys. Okay, now we get to eat all of our creatures from our bin, though. Oops. Which feels pretty good. If I get Maelstrom Pulse, then whatever. They only run one most of the time, and not every list runs it, so I don't think it's worth playing around. If I had the mana to dump into this Hexdrinker, I'd play around it, or if I had like double green or something, but as it stands. Wow, this Goyf's really big considering they don't have any creatures in either of it. And I only have instants. I guess they have no instants. They have like instant Planeswalker land. I mean, sorry, sorcery Planeswalker land. Oh. Woo! Woo! What's up, opponent? Nice elk you have there. I think this is the line, because then they get a 3-3, and then we just get to hit them with our superior technology. Broko time! Eat him up! Yeah, I think this is when our opponent just throws in the towel. Unless they have Pulse in their deck. I think our opponent's trolling us at this point. I mean, I think we just killed the Scoos, right? Thinking. Yeah, we just killed the Scoos because the Scoos is going to be a 3-3 that gains them a life if we don't kill it during this turn cycle. So, 1, 2. I think this kills the Scoos. Good old Magic UI? Sure. They got our Once Upon a Time. They really showed us who's boss. Yeah, and they got one of our 3 deprives. I guess we have all 3 deprives in open, which is kind of cool. Okay, well they get to go. We'll see if they do anything. I doubt they do. I mean, they don't. Inquisition. Sure. They get our Hexdrinker. Broko. If they're on Stoneforge, then I think Ashiok's an interesting option. Interesting. Sorry, opponent really just does not want to win this game. Hit you for 4. Now we even get to create a food token. And I think we just rolled up Remand, because this prevents them from casting a Siege Rhino or something dumb. And then they're dead whether they block or not this turn. They're dead if they have a Maelstrom Pulse. They're dead if they don't have a Maelstrom Pulse. They're dead if they try to jam their 4th Liliana of the Veil. Holy tamale, we beat 4 Lilianas. And we didn't even break a sweat either. Did you see that? Jack, did you see that game? And we milled over all the deprives too. Pure gasoline. I guess we drew 2 of them. Oh my god, that was a convincing win right there. That feels good. Okay, so we're gonna run Veil of Summer, Huntmaster, and then, like I said, we're gonna hold off on these Abrades and these Grudges, and probably these Ashioks too, because we really don't know what they're playing specifically. I think Spell Snare is fine because they run Goyf and Ooze. Pierce is fine because they run Liliana. Yeah, I mean, they pretty much just lost when Oko hit the table. Because, like, their Tarmogoyf is really good for them. Like, great top deck, but not as good as this one. I think Burst Lightning's pretty bad here. I mean, it kills Scoos, but only if there's nothing else, which seems unlikely. Scour's a little medium, because they usually just do a lot of the milling for us. And then I like to save an opt because we brought in Veil of Summer as like extra cantrips. It's great. We don't have force, but if we did, I think our blue count's still fine. Sort by color. Yeah, we still have 23 blue cards, which is plenty. But if this was force, then I think we'd still keep it in. Just because the Liliana's that good in this matchup. I mean, they did draw 4 Lilianas, and they still got clapped, which is pretty cool. We can't keep this. I mean, we could. We probably will. But that doesn't mean it's a good idea. Sure, let's just bottom this. Done. Hopefully this Once Upon a Time finds us a creature or something. But Oko's pretty good. Okay. I've heard this guy's pretty good in Modern. Like, I don't think anything else is really super engaging here. Yeah, just kind of the 4 out, 4 in. Feels good. Okay, well, we'll see what they lead on. If they go Hand Disruption, I think we cast this Once Upon a Time. But we'll wait until our turn. That's good. Yeah, let's see if we hit a Delver. Okay, Hexdrinker's interesting. I think we take it. The question is, do we play it? I think the answer is yes, because if they path it, we're in a good spot, and if they push it, then we have more cards in our bin for the Spandrels. Actually, that might not be the right answer. Maybe we just pass. Let's pass the turn. I think waiting on this Hexdrinker is probably smarter. We actually outgrind their deck, because we run out, they don't. Which is pretty crazy to think about. So they are running Stoneforge. Okay. Well, the Abrades are coming in game 3. So help me God, if we do not find the Lightning Bolt, I will turn your Batterskull into an elk. That is a threat I am willing to carry out. Okay, and we draw another land. Well, now I kind of just want to jam this Hexdrinker, see if they do anything about it. Because that might, like, force them to divide their attention between this Stoneforge, like, Batterskulling, and, other stuff. Also, getting this Hexdrinker out means that we're more likely to like, stabilize against their Batterskull. Because if it's an elk, then we don't really care a whole lot about it. Yeah, let's do that. Let's play the Hexdrinker. And we'll just pass. Okay, so they're firmly in that. It's not just a splash. Sure, so they have push, and then they also have the Batterskull. Okay, that's good for them, not for us. We have a Remand, but that doesn't do a whole lot here. If they Batterskull us, untap Lilianas, we're in huge trouble. But I think that goes without saying. We can't play the Spandrels this turn and hold up Remand, which is awkward. And while we could play this Oko and take him up, I don't think that really does a whole lot for us. I think we have to play the Spandrels this turn, though. Otherwise, we're just going to fall super far behind. So let's do that. Because this way we let them swing once with the Batterskull, and then we just turn it into an elk. Yeah. Like, as long as they don't have Liliana this turn, then we're in an alright spot. Because we turn Batterskull into an elk, it's not an equipment anymore, and the germ dies. Okay, so they hit us for 4. That's fine. So this means they probably don't have Liliana, because they would have cast it. Which is good for us. Okay, second Stoneforge isn't great for us, but it's not awful either. They probably get sort of Feast Famine. Okay. And then they play a Blooming Marsh. So they have Feast Famine, and then they have an Unknown. But they do not have a Liliana, which is very good, very good. Okay, so we draw for turn. It's a peak. Oh, we could take a look at what they have. Because we can't play Oko plus Remand in this turn cycle anyways, so... Sure, let's see what they have. This way we get the Sanctuary, put it back. Okay, they have a Path in their hand. That makes things awkward. They only have 1 white mana. Okay, we draw an Opt. Okay, well, let's put this peak back on top. And I think we still play the Oko out. Let's make that an elk. Then we'll pass. So we're not in an awful spot, even if they do path our Mantrals. Like, sure, they shuffle away our peak. But I don't really care about our peak that much. Okay, so they do not use their white mana for that. Instead, they're going to equip their Batterskull. Okay, so that makes things difficult for us. But we couldn't really play around that, because we can't remand it. I guess we could have dug with an Opt to find a Bolt. Can we win with this Huntmaster? Or are we just going to be delaying the inevitable? I think we can win. Right, because they're only hitting us for 5 a turn. Well, that's a lie. I guess they have the Path in their hand, too. I don't know. I think we should go for it. If we find another Oko, we can Okoify this sword, too. Let's get another Sanctuary. Like, we're gonna have a pretty formidable clock. We can discard this peak. And then we'll have Remand up. Like, they can hit us for 5 here. But then we can swing at them. I don't know. Doesn't look good for us. But it doesn't take a genius to figure that out. That's gonna do it. Because they have that Path for our Mantrals, too. Yeah, we'll give that to them. Okay, so now we know that they're running Stoneforge. So I like bringing in the Ancient Grudge. Now that we know they're on Stoneforge, do we change anything? I mean, it's less of just a mid-range grind fest. I think Huntmaster's fine here. But I'm not super excited by him. Spell Snare's obviously wonderful. Grudge doesn't need to come in, it's more of a maybe. Deprive's good, Remand's good. We could honestly trim another Scour. And then... Yeah, man, Huntmaster's good. A lot of our cards are good. That's the thing about this matchup, is we don't run a whole lot of bad cards. We have 1:30 left. I think that last cut could be a lot of different things here. I just don't know what makes the best last cut. We can honestly cut a lightning bolt. They don't do a whole lot in this matchup. I mean, they do kill Stoneforge. Like, Ashiok's okay in this matchup. It's just not great. Hum hum hum. What's our last cut? 50 seconds. Let's cut a Spell Pierce, because they're really creature heavy. And then we'll try it like that. Even though we played against Liliana Tribal Game 1, I think we're going to be playing against a lot of 2-drop creatures. Play first, yes. I like it. We can protect our Oko in the early turns, and then play him. Keep. We'll go Rainforest Pass. We're probably not going to draw a whole lot more lands either, because they're not playing that many. Or that's the idea, at least. Okay. They don't play anything, so we'll get tapped, untapped, draw for turn. I think we'll just play a Steam Imps, tapped, pass. See if they do anything. They'll probably jam a Stoneforge or a Wave. Sure. I think we just untap Elk this. Right? Alternatively, we can untap and then create a food. Or we draw a bolt. Okay, well that makes things easier. So they got Batterskull again. Which is interesting. So I think we just bolt pass, and then we'll protect against hand disruption for one more turn, jam the Oko, and then that might be good enough. It's interesting they got this swamp. This must mean they have green mana in their hand. Yeah, there's a Blooming Marsh. Lingering Souls. Let's Spell Pierce those. I mean, they still get the back half, obviously. But the slower their deck is working, the better it is for us. Okay. Now we can actually Sanctuary back a Spell Pierce. That seems jank. I think we just need to jam this Oko. Let's just get a food token. I don't think we even want a Sanctuary this turn, because these two cards are not very good. Just pass with Opt Up. And then we'll make a 3-3. And then we'll just start pressuring them. Because if they go Liliana here... Assassin's Trophy, sorry. Sure. Let that happen. Again, we don't have Force in this deck, so... Okay, that's a good answer for them. They probably Lingering Souls here? Unless they have something better. Goyf is pretty good. Let's see if we can find a Spell Snare. Nope, but I'll take that. Sure. Okay, they've got a Tarmogoyf. But we get to untap and play a Huntmaster. So let's get back this Opt. Yes. Huntmaster. go. Okay, they swing for 5. We take it, and then we get to crash at them for 4. Or more. Maybe they just don't play anything. No, okay. Lingering Souls. Sure. They've got an alright board. Draw. Yeah, I think we just pass here. We'll shoot a Goyf. And we'll bolt it. We'll do that before they can play a sorcery or something. I don't know. It's just not worth waiting. We have Snap Pierce up if they try to play a really big spell. But they have a lot of mana, so I don't think Pierce is doing a whole lot now. Tap a Swamp. Liliana. Okay, well, let's cast an off. Let's try to find a counter spell. Not quite what I had in mind. I like it. Gotcha. Okay, there's 3 spells we cast this turn. Okay, we don't have 3 mana to Snap Pierce those, but they have 2 mana anyways. Well. And they're going to left the battlefield this turn too. Yeah, that's awkward. Okay, they hit us for 6. Take it. Sorry, missed this. Go to our turn. Okay, does putting Deprive on top do us any good? I don't think it does. Actually, no, it does, because we get to... Let's hit him for 2. Pass. We're gonna... Our plan is to Snapcaster, block the Goyf, bolt it. I almost want to target Opt here. Feels... Yeah, I'll target Opt. It's actually... This is better. If I could Snapcaster on Master, the world would be a very happy place. Right. So we'll just chump here, and then during their end step, we'll bolt their Goyf, and then we'll cast Opt. Okay, well, let's bolt their Goyf. We'll Opt, and we'll draw the card that we described to the top. Or whatever to the top. Okay, so now it's our 2/2 wolf against their 2 spirits and a shambling vent. Okay, now we just need the top deck. Well, better than this board state. That's all we have to do. Or we could just run it into the shambling vent that I just pointed out and forgot that it was a 2/3. I thought this was like the green-black one that was a 2/2. That's for us. Okay, now we don't even have a wolf. And we could have brought Staticaster in for the spirits too. Not my finest moment. Okay, well, we have a couple draw steps. Yikes. Okay. Okay, now we only have like 1 or 2 draw steps. Huntmaster would be great here. We even have 6 mana to protect it. Oh, is this really how we're gonna go out? Oh. Uh-oh. We're gonna draw land, aren't we? We don't even need that much to stay alive. Like, even a lightning bolt saves us. Anything. Okay, that works. So we'll take 2, go to 1, right? Which means that we need something more than a lightning bolt, so cancel. But then we say no. We say no. Okay. And then we'll tap to play a Hooting Mandrills. We'll get rid of Oko, Snap, Huntmaster, Rainforest. We have 4 minutes left, but it doesn't matter. We've been thinking hard, okay? And then we've also not been thinking at all. So we've got our fair mix. Okay, they only swing for 2. Makes sense. Okay, we go to 1. What do we draw? Huntmaster, perfect here. What's this? Siege Rhino? Batter Skull. Sweet. Well, I have time for another. I was kind of sad. I thought we had that there, but it's fine. I don't think throwing away our wolf made a difference that game. But definitely was not a good play in any stretch of the imagination. I mean, attacking them doesn't even pressure their life total, because they gain 2 a turn. And if it was a 2-2, it would have been a good idea to hold it back anyways. I don't know what I was thinking. Huh. You won the die rolls. Sure, I'll play first. Hex Drinker, Island, Little Lambs. Hey there, Mike Vaughn. How are you up? How are you doing? This hand seems super sketch, but we do have a spell snare. I guess you can opt into some action. I think it's fine. I'm not excited. I'll keep it. So you just get to go Island Pass. Playing with Oko today, which feels pretty good. He almost won us the match against Abzan. He would have too, but he got Assassin's Trophy in Game 3. He carried us in Game 1 though. Okay, let's find ourselves a land. That's not a land. That's not a land. Let's play a Delver. We'll pass. Oh, we could have just played the Sanctuary as a tap land. I should have done that. Oh, I need to take a step back after this match. I need to take a break. I just need to pick up my little brother. Okay. Playing Mystic Sanctuary there would have been good, because then we could double spell or hold up Deprive or something. Yeah. Okay, well they have a Search for Tomorrow that's coming off Suspend next turn. And they're gonna cast Sakura Tribe's Elder. And Ray are going to either flip Red Elder or draw land. No reveal. I think we have to mill that. We really just need to find a land. Getting punished. Oh, if they block, sack, that's whatever. Maybe they just don't sack. We lose our Delver. This game, I mean, I'm not sure what I expected. I thought we would have been able to find a second land. Titan Shift. Really just doing it to us like that. We have a Deprive. We can still pull a win out of this. We're also at 20, so that means that we're less likely to just die to their 7 landscape shift. I mean, of course, if they deal 18 damage to us, we're probably not winning that game, but... Okay, Field of the Dead. Yes. So we're pretty much just dead next turn, but maybe we can phase a couple game-winning spells with this Deprive. By a couple, I mean all of the ones that they draw. The issue is this Field of the Dead's going to be coming online soon, and I don't think our Unflipped Delver's racing that anytime soon. No, I will not reveal it, but I am happy that it exists. Let's draw from here. Play land. Go to combat. We'll hit him for 1. Okay, I think we're gonna play the Sex Drinker here. It does put us down low to 17, but I think that's worth it, because otherwise we're just not in a position to win the game. We need to really pick up our clock. And I mean, we're not winning, again, if Scape Shift resolves. Because they kill our Delver and our entire board. Like, Hex Drinkers, of course, atrocious against Field of the Dead, but whatever. Well, let's see what they got. Once upon a time, sure. And we know for a fact they have a prime time. That's not good for us. I mean, if they tap out for a prime time, it's better than them casting a Scape Shift, I guess. Let's just pick up this island. Oh, and they get 2 Zambles. Because they can get a Cinder Glade for the 7th land. We really need a, I kind of just want to level this Hex Drinker, just pray to God they don't have anything. Our clock is just so abysmal otherwise. And I mean, they could trade in for two zombies and we're still screwed. Or they could just race us. Like, I don't see a scenario where we win this. But trading Hexstring for 2 zombies isn't an awful deal for us. It's not a great deal, obviously, but... I mean, like, these race at the same rate, so... I guess you can make the argument we don't level the Hexdrinker at all. But that seems kind of loose. Like, don't level the Hexdrinker, hold up Opt to maybe find a removal spell, or to find a counter spell, and we just, like, Opt Peak. Or we just lead on Peak and see what's going on. Okay. Well, this is probably the end for us. Oh yeah, they get 2 Field of the Dead triggers. They're gonna kill our Delver. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's try that again, but this time we'll be playing Ashiok and Disdainful Stroke. And then we'll get on to game 2. Burst Lightning's bad. Spell Snare's better than Spell Pierce. We'll try it like that. I mean, we have Remands, Deprives, Disdainful Strokes, Ashioks. This matchup shouldn't be too bad. But if we keep a somewhat sketchy hand and they get punished really hard, then that's one way to lose the game. Oh, here we go. I would like to play first. I would also not like to keep a 1-line hand again. It has Ashiok, but there's no way this is worth keeping. This is definitely a mulligan. I'm not getting that greedy for a hand. This hand's great. Just bottom, bottom of the Lightning Bolt. The classic, they begin the game with 7 cards in hand. Well, let's keep this bottom bolt done. Right, well, let's go to our main phase. Let's just jam this X-Wing. Is it a good idea? Sort of. It's a bad idea? Not really. Just see how it goes. Okay, they lead on Once Upon a Time. Probably finding them a forest or something. Hopefully not a Sakura tribe or a Prime Time. Those should both be big issues. Sure. They lead on Mountain. Bolt. Sure. Get pranked, opponent. I don't care level enough, we're just gonna level this guy. Pay 2 life to put a level counter on Hex Drinker. Sure. That's good. Let's swing at them for 2. It's not worth leveling, because they're just gonna block stack anyways. They traded. Interesting. Interesting. Well, now we get to play Oko. And then he's gonna be our threat for the next couple of turns. Oops. Field of the Dead. Okay. Well, let's just start beating them in with our food. That sounds kind of weird, but that's what we're gonna be doing. Okay, we'll play a 4-4. Okay, well, I don't think trading really worked out for our opponent, because now they're at 4 lands instead of 5, so they're not very threatening for us. Okay, we'll hit him for 7. They're probably just gonna create a food past the turn. Yeah. And then we're looking to just bolt them, untap food, kill them extra dead. Okay, well this puts them to 6 lands, and then they can get a 7th land. Yeah, just extra dead. Sure. I don't think we changed anything. I think this is fine. We have a lot of good counter spells. I think we have 8 counters for their big stuff, plus a spell snare for Sakura tribes. And then we have Ashiok and Oko to help close the game out. Yikes. Okay, well, I guess we're waiting on them deciding to play first. So that's the first for me. Not really. I don't think it's the first for me, but feels like the first. If that even makes sense. This sounds great. Do you have a remand? Whoops. That's my bad. Once upon a time. Sure. Sure. Snow-covered mountain. Gotcha. Go to R2. We get another hex drinker. Yeah, I think we're in the Fenchok hex drinker plan. Yep. Go. We'll see. They've got a snow-covered mountain in their hand. Looks like, yeah. Okay, now they no longer have a snow-covered mountain in their hand. Or they might, but... Untap. Draw. Okay, well they didn't have a Sakura Tribe Scott. Let's test the waters. Let's see if they have a removal spell. Oh, I think we level him. Give him a friend. This is really awkward if they have a board wipe. Which is possible. It's definitely possible. That would be the only reason for keeping up Remand there. Otherwise, we get rewarded very heavily for having these hex drinkers out. And holding on to them doesn't do a whole lot, as you can see, because they just get a ton of zombie tokens. And if they're casting if they're spending their turn 3 casting a board wipe, that's alright for us. They haven't played a single ramp spell this entire game. But we do need pressure, so... They get rid of all their pressure, so we're not in a great spot, but we're not in an awful spot either. Summoner's Pact. Interesting. Is this Summoner's Pact for... Super interesting. Okay, can they pay 4 next turn? I guess they can. Okay. Can we screw them in any way? Probably not. Well, this means that we can get a little bit more aggressive with our own guards. So yeah, let's level one of our hex drinkers. Please no kill. Okay, sweet. Right, we'll hit him for 6. They probably just block the 2-1? Sure. And I think we pass and we'll Thought Scour at the end of their turn. They just won't pay 4. Just lose the game. But we get some nice time walk action in. Which always feels good when you're playing the tempo deck. And we get to hold up Stroke plus Remand for the rest of this game, which also feels really good. They don't have a land either. Oh my god. We're not that lucky. Okay, let's get a Steam Vents. Let's get this Thought Scour fired off. This way we can drop a Mantrals next turn. Ashiok. Ashiok's alright. The issue is they could start playing annoying things next turn. I think we might just wait on Ashiok. Like, wait until next turn. Because then we'll have double, like, we'll have a spell to protect her as well. This way we get to go Sanctuary, pick up Scour. Sure. Then we'll pass. If they don't do anything, we get to snap bolt their Grazer. And then they're exactly dead to our board. And if they do something, then it just gets remanded into Oblivion. And then if they fetch, then they're still almost dead. Well, there's a fetch. Let's see. I mean, if they want to cast Primetime, I mean, I guess if they want to cast Primetime, they could use Castle too. That's fair. Yeah, let's remand this. Sure. This is a Veil of Summer. And then we get to stroke their Primeval Titan. Veil's a good card. But you can't prepare for Veil. Okay, they get the draw, back up to 3. Don't get the draw off our remand, which kind of sucks. But they do not have a Primeval Titan in there. They have 3 unknowns. Okay, well, let's swing at them again. If they take the 4, then we can obviously just snap bolt them. I think we just go Ashiok here, because then they can't search. And then we can just level this Hexdrinker all the way next turn. And we'll just leave Ashiok at 5. That might be relevant. Like, if they play a 6 mana 6/6, we don't care. If they play Scape Shift, it doesn't do anything. Okay, they get a 2/2 zombie. Good stuff, opponent. Biggest concern is they have Flame Slash for this Hexdrinker. And then they can, like, do something dumb. I don't know. Sure, Primetime resolves. Okay. Well, guys, thanks for tagging in, and I will catch you around. Peace.